Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of me making myself sound like the biggest hater of all time. Today we're talking about God is Violence by Cancer Christ. And I'm just going to say this off the bat. Gimmick bands are not a thing I'm into. I don't like bands necessarily that just have gimmicks. I like some of Ghost music. I fucking despise Sleep Token. And so Cancer Christ, while on an extreme end of the spectrum, is very much still within the gimmick band variety. That being said, I like this album. Not a lot. I'm going to preface it now. Not a lot. I do like it. I think it's a decent album. But I feel like the gimmick isn't enough to warrant an entire album with this many tracks. Let me explain what I mean. First off, 20 tracks? What the fuck? I get it, it's a punk album, but like, wow, 20 tracks in 2024? It just seemed not even unreasonable. It just seemed like a lot. But the runtime does even it out a bit. Each track is only a couple minutes at most, so you're not exactly getting these, full length fucking epics in a 20, again, 20 track list. Um, I don't like that there are interludes. I feel like it takes away from some of the more punchier parts of the album. Sorry if I cough in like 5 seconds here. I do have a cold. But let's get to the parts I like, right? Those are the parts I don't like. Gimmick band, kind of bloated track list in my opinion. You could lose like 5 songs. You could lose at least 3 of the interludes and you'd be okay. Um, and it doesn't see, and this is where I have kind of a hard time because on the one hand it does have a very unique personality. Cancer Christ being kind of such a, I don't know, like you're really supposed to see them perform live, and I have no doubt in my mind that they are a great band live because I have friends who have seen them multiple times live and do like them, but I have not. So I listen to this, you know being just a normal dude, and it's okay. It's not bad. It's fine. Um, but I don't know. I just don't really see it, I guess. Like I don't I as a normal listener do not know if I would return to this album without, again, the stage presence, the gimmick, the outfits, the fake blood and flamethrower. Like I just don't know if I'd be coming back to the music without that. And if I don't care about your music enough to come back to it without all the other shit, then does it really matter? Is my point. Because I like what they're going for with the, like, again, the Cancer Christ persona. It's a cool thing. But again, the music isn't, I guess, I don't know, like it's not unique enough. It doesn't feel interesting enough on its own to warrant, again, 20 track list. It's not even that long. I don't even know if it's 30 minutes. I don't even think it is. But it just feels excessive. And yeah, I don't know. I don't I almost don't have that many positives because it's not a bad album. I listened to the whole thing in one sitting and I was like, yeah, it was all right. But I didn't have anything like to say about it either. I didn't really have any notes. And and that's why it confused me. That's why I wanted to make this still, because I didn't know it. I don't know if I'm tripping balls or if that's just how it is. Because if it is, then that's kind of disappointing. Because I really was expecting like really good stuff from this. And again, not bad. I like it. I'd give it, if I had to rate the album entirely on its own, I'd give it like a 6.5 to a light 7. Like it's still a decent, listenable, you probably won't hate this if you listen to it kind of thing. But I just don't like that that's as high as it gets. I was expecting more for, again, the presence that they have. Like if you've seen pictures of these guys performing, their shit's cuckoo banana bowls, and I really wanted some of that. And the music kind of does that, but it feels toned down. It does not feel as expansive as it could. It feels like they didn't, I don't know. It feels like there were a lot of ideas, but those ideas were not then, like, I don't know, turned into anything instrumentally different. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that this just feels like a speed punk album. And again, that's what it is. It's not like it's lying to you, but I just wanted more, I guess. And like, I don't know, maybe that's the fault of the consumer, but again, I come back to the stage presence and the costumes and the gimmick. Like, they do a lot. And if you're doing that much, I don't know, make your music reflect it, I guess. Like, I'm not going to get on a stage in a fucking costume, and I want you to expect what you would get from someone who's not in a costume. So when I see a guy in a costume, I think, okay, this has got to be the most insane shit I'm ever going to listen to. And it's all right. I think I don't know. I don't know if they're comparable to other bands that don't do gimmicks because the gimmick is kind of the point, isn't it? This has turned into a completely different conversation than the actual album I'm supposed to be reviewing, by the way. If you can't tell, I have a lot of feelings about gimmick bands and bands that have costumes and shit. Like, good comparison. Slipknot. Let's make this final comparison, I guess. If I had to compare them to early Slipknot, and by early I do mean the debut, I'd say it's reasonable. I would say it is well within its bounds of what it's doing. Does it have the same memorable hits? Perhaps not. But I do think it's got the fundamentals of something that could eventually have the same kind of hype to it. Do I believe that is possible? Fuck if I know. It feels like they ran through a lot of the ideas on the first album. But there's always room for more. Also, the amount of piss, shit, and cum on this album, too much. It's not used as artfully as you can in some other situations. Like, I don't know, go listen to the song Dick Fillet. Like, that's artfully done, you know? Like, if I was gonna make a song about dick, I would make a song like that. And this is like my least positive review so far. Even though I still, again, enjoyed the album. I feel like I have to really reiterate that for how much I'm kind of just shitting on it. I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about it. None of those feelings are very concrete given the fact that, I don't know, the music itself is not something I have a lot to say about. So it's more of just like, how well does the gimmick work? And the gimmick is fine, I guess, if you've seen it. But if you haven't seen it and you're going off of, the album, the music, I don't know, it feels lacking. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, guys. This is my least positive review. 6.5. Chat pile video, probably next week.